Hello. This is a really important video. Don't miss it. I will be discussing subjects like the Philosopher's Stone, the pearl of the pineal gland, the enlightenment of that, and the twin pillars, and this kind of stuff. And it will be a response to Sea Lion. Sea Lion is the latest of people that come in my attention and lay out puzzle pieces to me in a way that I am puzzled by. Why don't you just finish the puzzle yourself? Well, this is 16 years ago, this video, and I will give my view on it. I will give my view on this stuff, and his video is about this monument in between the two towers, the twin towers that fell. It's about that, and it's really important, and yeah, it has to do with the Philosopher's Stone, of course, being ignited to sparkle. It's a king's swear that sparkles, you see. And let's first listen to his introduction to his video, and then I will continue where he left off. I will leave a link to his video, and you should really see it. I'm going to continue his puzzle that he didn't finish, and if you are really observant, you will realize that his latest video is also a continuation of this, but it's still the swear subject, this ball thing, balls, you know. So let's listen to the first, let's say 40 seconds, something like that.
Is called the spherical caryatid. It was made by artist Fritz Koenig and was nicknamed the Sphere. Let's have a quick look at Earth's consensus library entry about this piece and see what we can learn. We see that Koenig made this thing in Bavaria, the same place where the Illuminati was founded. The most interesting fact about the placement of the sphere at the World Trade Center Plaza has to be that architect and designer of the World Trade Center, Minoru Yamasaki, intended the plaza itself to be a representation of the Grand Mosque of Mecca, the sphere in particular taking the place of the Kaaba. Ralph Ellis posits in his book Jesus Last of the Place representation of the Grand Mosque of Mecca.
So yeah, it is supposed to represent the Kaaba, and as you know, something that I have been talking about, this stone is the same stone, both the same stone that Jacob fell asleep on. Jacob fell asleep on a stone. What stone did he fall asleep on? The pearl of the pineal gland, because you cannot really fall asleep on a stone. At least I don't think so. On a stone pillar, not a chance. It is metaphorical for his mind, and you can see here that this actual thing here in between the two towers, the idea of it comes from the Kaaba, and it rotates just like people walk around the Kaaba, you see. But So we have this literal pearl in this 2-into-1 ritual. The pearl is being enlightened. Okay, it is who did the pearl? König. It's a Königs. If you look, wait, I forgot to add it. Let's see if I can find it. Wait a moment, I have some small issues. You can see it's a Königswehr, you see? It's called the Königswehr. And what is König? König is king. This is the king's swear. It's the king's pineal gland. It's the pearl of the king, you see? And he's not mentioned this in his video. And yeah, he doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about the pearl. He doesn't know about... Yeah, maybe he does, you know. The Philosopher's Stone is known to everyone in your unconscious mind, but you're freaking asleep. Maybe not. Maybe you're not asleep, okay? But yeah, I'm sorry if you take offense. I'm sorry. Shit happens. So yeah, and he also shows this. I'm going to show a few scenes, and I will just show you how this is definitely the Philosopher's Stone. So there's a scene from Simpsons where what does Homer do? Well, we're going to look at that. Give me a moment.
Oh yeah.
Homer is peeing, okay? One of the first ideas of finding the Philosopher's Stone was to find it in the urine.
Yes.
And he's looking at the stone. He's looking at the Philosopher's Stone down there. He's looking at that. He's finding inspiration in his urine, but you know, that's not the Philosopher's Stone, right? It's not. But it's an idea. It's a meme, right? So there is a value in this also, that there is a connection between the urine and the Philosopher's Stone when it comes to the idea. Because this is how they discovered, what was it, phosphor, right? They discovered phosphorus, I believe, okay? They didn't discover the Philosopher's Stone, but they discovered phosphorus, you know? And phosphor means like something like bright, I believe, something like that, you know, or lighting or something like that. Phosphorus. The etymology, you know. Let's get on with this, right? There's actually a lot to show. Where do I'll just show quickly from the book. This is the pearl. You can see it in Christian artwork. It's the pearl that receives the Holy Spirit. The artist has artistic susceptibility. It will just paint the truth, and the truth is this. And the pearl is also at the same time it is a metaphorical lime, bird lime, you know. It is bird lime. It captures the bird, so it is bird lime, you know, limestone, a pearl is made from limestone or aragonite, which is the same chemical formula as the Philosopher's Stone, you know. I've talked a lot about this. Okay, I'll just show you some image about that since you're so patient. You're patient, right? Give me a moment again. I'll look at that. Okay, let me check here. Where is it? Okay, here. I'll have to add that image. You know, we have Philosopher's Stone symbol. We have the chemical formula for calcium carbonate, which is limestone, and it's the same physical appearance. We have Christ having the here you can see Christ, and you have the bird going into it, into the bird lime, into his crown. He has a crown. Sorry. The crown of thorns is made from holly. The holly, it's the same holly that you make bird lime from. You take the holly bark and you make bird lime. This is the same. Christ has yeah, I don't know what to show you, but there's so much to say, right? We have the red stone of aragonite, and there's so much to say. It's just silly. I don't know. It's like infinite things to show. I don't really know what to show. Maybe we can take this, right? This is some image of Jesus with a blood coral around his and the blood coral is made from aragonite limestone. Some more blood coral around Jesus, right? It's so normal, it's just everywhere. Blood coral, which is aragonite. Aragonite is aragonite is red, you know. It's the red stone of you know, you have the hypercube of the Salvador Dali, and you have the aragonite, which has the same appearance, the crystal, which is made from calcium carbonate. I mean, it never ends, you know. I don't know, right? It's so. This is other crystals. No crystal looks like aragonite. It's only that one. So I'm just trying to show, like, this is so obvious to me, but you know, this in this how do you say, Turin, the Jesus, how do you say, what's the name of this again? I forgot. They found aragonite in this place here. Well, okay, I'll just get back to the presentation that you are supposed to be shown. Yeah, the entire book is about the pearl. The pearl is the Philosopher's Stone. So let's get back to this. This pearl is in between the Twin Towers, and it was damaged when they fell. My presentation is so cool, right? When they fell, the pearl, did it break or did it hatch? You know, the alchemical egg hatching. The alchemical egg is also the Philosopher's Stone. Don't forget, this has to do with alchemy, and the fact that it has to do with alchemy is also the reason why some things that I will tell you next. We're going to look a bit more at Sea Lion's presentation, and I will tell you more. Let's see where we get next. Talked about that. So yeah.
Seems an obvious reference.
Supposed to kill two birds with one stone.
In Fight Club,
What, two birds with one stone, right?
We were on assignment. We were supposed to kill two birds with one stone.
Did you hear? Two birds with one stone, right? I didn't even talk about that.
In Fight Club, Project Mayhem destroys a giant bronze spherical sculpture. This seems an obvious reference to the sphere at the World Trade Center complex.
Trust me. Everything's gonna be fine.
In a pivotal scene reminiscent of 9/11, we see the destruction of skyscrapers and the change of a
So he's absolutely right. I mean, he's a really good YouTuber, this Sea Lion. We have the sphere, and Sea Lion is he is I want to call him confused, you know, because he doesn't know the whole truth about this. He's laying me a puzzle here, and the puzzle is about this sphere, this pearl in between the twin towers. That is this pearl, right? And and it's also in Fight Club, and they ruin that pearl, and all buildings fall. You know, interesting to me. Or no, they didn't really ruin the pearl. They let it free, right? It rolled away. Well, it can be interpreted in many things. What we can be sure about is that they did something to it, right? Here.
Destroys a giant bronze spherical sculpture. This seems an obvious reference to the sphere at the World Trade Center complex.
Right, I mean, so cool, guys.
Destruction. Crowley would receive the Book of the Law soon after meditating in the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid. He claimed he had been contacted by a being called Aiwass. Crowley's between Crowley's grey alien-like drawing and the depiction of the projection of the Wizard of Oz in the film version.
And now we're getting into the Wizard of Oz, okay? And what's important here is that this has to do with magic and wizard. And if you're a Bible reader, because you don't like this, because I don't know, but you know, Jesus said that you can move a mountain, right? Do you remember that, or did you fall asleep on your Bible reading? How do you move a mountain? Well, you're going to be a wizard, right? This is the Wizard of Oz. The stone or the sphere of the king in between the two pillars. This king's pearl, the pearl, it is the top of the magical wand that makes magic, and that's why we have the Wizard of Oz. For some reason Sea Lion never asks himself why. And this I'm looking at you, Sea Lion. It seems like you are giving me a puzzle. Solve this puzzle. Well, I can see it. It's obvious to me how this is. And even the green city behind the wizard.
This is the film United 93, based on the
moment.
events of 9/11. A would-be hijacker is making his fake bomb in the washroom of Flight 93.
Coming up the Jersey Turnpike. And I'll tell you, New York was like,
Dorothy and her companions go through the circular portal. Through the door, we see 3 pyramids. Behind the pyramid shape,
So the pyramid stuff is not interesting to me, I can say. I'm not going to comment on it.
in between Ben and the holiest of holies.
So here you see, this is the square, but it's in this Oz movie, and the golden brick road goes to this twin towers, and it goes to the pineal gland, and it goes to yeah. I don't want you to forget about wait, if I can find it. This Freemasonic art with 2 pillars, why am I not seeing it? Ugh, irritating. But you know, Freemasonic art, 2 pillars, and in the middle of these pillars you have the ladder. Okay, I found it. Have to check a bit, right? This one, right? So it's the pearl. It's the same pearl that Jakob is falling asleep on. He's falling asleep on his philosopher's stone in his mind, right? And it's there on the twin towers beneath them, and it is being lit like this. So
In Solomon's Temple and the King's Chamber. The inhabitants of Oz dance around the sphere in ritualistic fashion. Fashioned in giant letters over the dome of the sphere, we see the word Oz. Oz, symbols of Pan and Aiwass. We see the fat chamber.
I think it's
The
much
inhabitants.
simpler. Sure, Pan is also involved because Pan is a goat, and the goat is the scapegoat, and you know about that, right? And yeah, something more, right? So why did I want to talk about this? Because it actually has. So this is Thoth. I just want to tie things together here so that it's obvious. You have Thoth and you have Hermes, like it should be this Hermes from Egypt, but it's the same guy in Greek stuff. So Thoth or Hermes, he created this emerald tablet. And what's on the emerald tablet? Well, it's alchemy, and it explains a way to create the philosopher's stone. So, and what does he have in his hand? He has the caduceus, the same caduceus like you have in the plague doctors. The plague doctor to the left, he has the mask, the same mask as Thoth, and he has the caduceus right there. Why is it here? Why is Thoth appearing like this? Thoth, and because Thoth represents the enlightened It's literally represents this stone, the pearl, and the philosopher's stone, as he wrote about in this emerald tablet. And if you remember, the emerald tablet, the appearance of the tablet is basically like, I'm going to talk about him also. It's basically like the Oz, the city of Oz, the green city. It looks like the emerald tablet, the city itself, the emerald city, from a distance, you know. And so what I have been trying to say many times is that there is something about the philosopher's stone. Stone in very many languages means Peter, and we have the Dr. Peters again. Hello, Dr. Peters. He is in 12 Monkeys, Dr. Peters. Peter represents the philosopher's stone. Okay. The philosopher's stone is in some sense spreading. I mean, it is attracting enlightenment of this, right? So the philosopher's stone getting enlightened, and what happens is that knowledge comes in, maybe into the unconscious mind of everyone, and people starts dying, maybe because they can't tolerate the truth, you know. It's about truth, I believe. Truth comes in, and it dominates like that. And I also like to see that what comes in is the Ankh symbol, right? As I mentioned, going to talk about hell here also. The Ankh symbol. Where do I have that? Okay, I'll just have to do like this. Yeah. Maybe I can't find it. Never mind about that. Okay, but so it relates to the corona, you know. The corona, the light goes into the Peter stone. There is Bible verses that talks about, you know, who was it? Simon was renamed into Peter. Do you remember? Jesus' follower was named Simon, but he also got the name Peter. He was renamed, he got a new name because he received the keys of heaven by Jesus. Jesus handed over the keys of heaven to Peter, and the keys of heaven and hell, actually. And these keys has significant power. It is the key of the Ankh symbol. The Ankh is also called a key. Do you remember? The key of the Ankh. The key of the Nile. The key of the Nile. And this Ankh symbol, the key, the keys of Peter, the keys of heaven and hell. It has some significant power, you know, and it relates to this again, right? And this is why this is here. This is why it is the Kaaba. It is related to the Kaaba, just like Sea Lion is saying. But Sea Lion doesn't know why, right? He's handing me over this puzzle. Come on, man. Here, he He gave it to me, right? This is for you, he's saying to me, with his own voice that you cannot hear, but he's just, here you go, man. Look at this. And I mean, his unconscious is just spreading it to me, probably. And but he doesn't know it himself, right? Or I mean, he's not talking about it. He doesn't know about this. He doesn't know about the Philosopher's Stone. This has to do with alchemy. This is the 2-into-1 ritual. I'll show you one last thing before I end this, and that is related to something else. You see this? Do you see it? It is this symbol here. Do you see it? So 2 weeks ago, I subscribed to this channel, and the reason is Matt Quantum of Conscience video Ring Around the Rosie.
Around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, we all fall down.
So the horrible thing about me is that I'm not a good person, but I'm given wisdom still. Okay, I'm not. You see, this is the scary stuff, guys. Oh no, this little Philosopher's Stone here, it is a bit scary, you know. It's the red and the blue. The red and the blue, it's the two sides. It's the two pillars merging together into one. So you will both hear me as the good guy. Hello, I have a kind voice. But then you go here like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Now guys, now you're beginning to realize why we have this how do you say, this plague doctor here, with being Thoth, and Thoth being the creator of the Philosopher's Stone. I mean, he first wrote about it in this emerald tablet, right? And he has this two snakes going up the caduceus, right? Right. Well, you know. So this relates to this, and it relates to sparkle. Sparkle is sparkling. The king's pearl, the sphere in the mind of the oyster. The oyster has a pearl, and the pearl is sparkling. It is sparkling like sparkle. And let's continue.
Well, that was a little creepy. I mean, how could such a seemingly innocent song, or the Black Plague, would produce lumps on the affected people with a distinctive red ring around the so-called rosy polyp? A pocket full of posies. Plague doctors, you know, the ones with the creepy-looking beak masks, were known to shower a diseased person with sweet-smelling flowers.
So the thing is, as I said, Dr. Peters is a spreader of disease. The Peter Stone, it attracts the truth. You see, it sucks up the truth. the Ankh symbol of the sun, you know, it is a truth contract. We are in a contract. You must absorb the truth or what, right? Well, to me, I see it as a life, you know. It's a life symbol. The Ankh symbol is a life symbol, and it is an oath that you have. So the sparkling Peter stone absorbs the truth and it spreads it to maybe the collective unconscious, and then people can't handle it maybe. And we have things like pocket full of poses, you know, and roses, we all fall down or something, you know, like this stuff, right? I've talked about this before. I'm serious about this. Let's get back to the video, right? And what I did is because he was a bit like a shill, you know, he was a shill, and I wrote to him, shill. Oh, shill, 6 days ago, right? And then I subscribed to him because I thought it was interesting that a shill could find such an interesting truth. You freaking shill, I will subscribe to you and you can't hide the truth from me. You're going to show me stuff and to my inner eye, you know. And what happened? Well, what happened, guys? What happened? Well, I was eating some cherries, looking at this, and let's look at this. And you know, I have my squared video. This was, of course, we have the hell theme. Not only that, as you see, it's a square. Let's see. Sparkle.
So
And we have the hell.
what did we this week?
We have the hell here, you see? What the fuck is going on, guys? Hell is there. On the, it is burning, it is hell, and it is on the sparkling, this sparkling thing here. The pearl is sparkling from the hell, and you see, and then they you remember, right? This is the channel of roses. We all fall down, right? This is that, right? But here they started like, oh, let's do like one eye here, like one eye. Oh, and then the squares. It's starting being squares everywhere, right? And for the rest of the video, they have squares everywhere. You see, it just, the entire video has these squares. It's just amazing how it is. You see the squares, square everywhere. So what I'm trying to say is that I am interacting with this stuff. They are listening to me. They are entertaining my thoughts. They are entertaining me with their communication of what's going on. The hell is going into the king's panel, and it is sparkling. And the alchemical egg. Yeah, I guess this is all I wanted to say, but yeah, it is all. It is not always, you know, what does it mean to be purple? To be purple means to be both blue and red. Blue represents the all-seeing eye, as I said before, and red represents the truth and the truth contract, as I showed in this other video. Let me see if I can find it. This one, right? Becoming one, you have the eye of Horus to the right, it's the left eye, and eye of Ra, the other one. And they in some way become one, but the actual eye is down there in between as the pearl. And you have you can see this in Faithless. You see they released this music 2001, and when they released it they had these two buildings of red and blue next to them, like that, right? Dark and white. And you remember the music, right? Two becoming one. Maybe I should end with that again. Maybe I should end with that. And let's end with that. And this is a chaos video, chaos presentation. Some of you maybe like that. It's yeah, it's clear what's going on. So yeah, let's end with this also.
All the subtle flavors of my life are become bitter seeds and poison leaves without you. You represent what's true. I drain the color from the sky and turn blue without you. These arms lack a purpose, flapping like a hummingbird. I'm nervous 'cause I'm the left eye, you're the right. Would it not be madness to fight? We come one. In you, the song which rights my wrongs. In you, the fullness of living. The power to begin again from right now. In you, in you, in you, in you, in you, in you, in you.
Just want to add some more stuff while we listen to this. Remember that in some sense the eye of Ra is the right eye, and the eye of Horus is represented as the left eye, but at the same time there is as within so without, where your inner eye, the eye of the mind, is the eye of Horus, and what God represents is something outside. The outside world is Ra, you see there. So it's these buildings has the right and the left eye, you see, but it's also as within so without. You understand? So and when you have this at the bottom of these two buildings, you have this again, right? But at the top, up in the sky, you have the eye of Ra, you know, giving, enlightening. You have Ra, you know, up there, becoming one. They become one, and it sparkles. You get the truth into it, right? The truth comes down to us here, and or as within so without, as in alchemy, you know. And so it spreads to the unconscious, and then we have disease, you know. Why do you have disease? Well, because the scapegoat was never slaughtered. you have to slaughter Jesus Christ, the scapegoat, so that you have a cure to humanity. Because scapegoat in Greek is pharmacy, it's pharmakos in Greek. And so the cure to humanity is, in some sense, the crucified truth. We crucify the truth, we spit at it, and so we don't get disease. And so this should make this clearer. This where is it? Damn, sorry. It should make Dr. Peters clear. You say it should make this kind of stuff clearer. So that's why Jesus Christ is slaughtered on the cross, because he sees the truth, right? And if it's not slaughtered, it becomes enlightened, and it captures the Holy Spirit into it, and you get the truth, and it spreads to everyone, and then you have cognitive dissonance, and you have enormous cognitive dissonance from the truth, and the truth will hurt, right? Just like I say that I suffer. The truth is painful. I suffer, but I just have to, just like just like all of these guys that do this kind of stuff, and maybe you also, right? Well, this is a response. See you guys another time. Damn, 47 minutes. What's wrong with me? Let's end it. Bye.